In this lesson, we will look at some of AutoCAD's basic tools and commands. Your mouse and keyboard are your control devices. Make sure that your mouse has a scroll wheel. It will help you to pan and zoom easily. The screen is your canvas. Think of it as your canvas. To free yourself from the constraints of the grid, come to the bottom and hover over the commands that you have available. You'll see that blue means on, gray means off. If you want to turn off the grid, come to the grid option, click on it, and as it turns gray, it will go away. Now, one great thing is to be able to increase the size of your canvas regardless of how big it is. You want it to be bigger. Come up to the top, go to the pull down menu, and click on minimize to tabs. There you have it. Now you have a larger area to work on. The command line is your control center. It is where you interact with AutoCAD. Your texting skills will come in very handy. Be a little careful. Let's test some of them. Let's test the line command. The shortcut for line is L. If I say L, hold it. I haven't pressed enter yet. The autocorrect feature within AutoCAD comes up. You have to be a little careful that you don't select the wrong option when the autocorrect comes up. If you know that you want the line command, usually the first letter of the command is enough. Sometimes two. We're going to see a couple of them. Press L, type L, press enter, and now you are inside the line command. Follow the instructions. It says specify the first point. Here we are. Next point. Keep going. You are inside the line command. If you want to come out of the command, press enter. If you want to get back on the command, press enter again. Another way of doing the same exact thing, I want to get out of the command, press enter. I want to get back on the command, press the space bar. I'm back on the line command. If I want straight lines, well, just make it straight. You're going to see the angle, but you can control it. We are going to see later how you can control it with the different features within AutoCAD. Now I've done that much, I want to move it away from myself. On your mouse, press on the wheel and just pan it and move it away from you. Let's do one more. Let's do the arc command. A for arc. This time we're going to do a 3-point arc. 2 and 3. Another one, press the space bar. Another one, I'm back on it by pressing the space bar, or I can press the return key. Both will do exactly the same thing. I can make them as big as or small as I want to make them. Right? Let's pan up again. To get out of the command, I'm going to press the escape key. I press it a couple of times and there I am. Press on your wheel, drag your mouse, and bring it up. Now I want to do the rectangle command so that we do something a little more than just a single. Like the first letter of the command is what we have done so far. This time let's do REC for rectangle. 2 diagonal clicks will make a rectangle. Here's my first click. Here's the second click. Back on the rectangle command, press the space bar or the enter key. Here's the first click. Here's the second click. Right? We're not drawing to scale right now. We're just practicing the mouse. We're making sure that we have control of the mouse. Now that I've done all this masterpiece, I want to look at the whole thing. What have I come up with? Come to the command prompt and click on zoom. Here is the Z. Now I want to stop for a minute. Anytime that you see the square brackets in AutoCAD, you are going to see that inside those brackets you have hyperlinked options. Go through them and click. Don't be afraid. All of them are very friendly. AutoCAD is a very friendly program. If you see the chevron brackets, that's your default. If I click enter, I have accepted the default. Enter. And now what have I activated? My real time. Right? So you can see if all I'm doing is I'm rolling the wheel on my mouse. I'm scrolling the wheel on my mouse. And there I have it. If I want to copy something, let me put it over to the side this way. Escape. If I want to center the whole thing, let me go back and finish the zoom command. Here we are. Z for zoom, enter. If I want to say center, I want to say all. If I want all of them, test them out. If I say extends, it has given me everything. Apparently I had something else on the screen. I may have been playing earlier. Now it appears. Sometimes we do things, if I say circle, and I draw a very large circle, let me say 20 feet, just so that we can, it's not accepting my feet because I haven't set up my units. But let me just draw something that is very big so that you can just see exactly what I mean to. Okay, here is, I'm drawing that, and when I'm in here, all I'm doing is I'm holding on to my wheel and panning. I can lose things sometimes, and I go, oh, there I am, I lost everything. If I say zoom, enter, and I say all, I have it all, including the big circle that I may or may not know that I even made. If I want to erase it, E for erase, select it with one click. Let's erase a couple of other things. If I say back to erase, E for erase. If I want to erase this whole thing, I can do it with a window. Make the first click on the left-hand side, make the right click on the upper diagonal on the right-hand side. You're going to see that the box is blue, but if everything is not inside the box, it does not get selected. Let's see what that means. If I don't, even though I have a little piece of that last line, if I don't have the whole thing inside the box, it won't get selected. If I come away and I click right here, I've selected nothing because it's not inside the window. So let's see the opposite of that. If I'm still in the erase command and I make my first click on the upper, it doesn't have to be upper. If you make your first click on the right-hand corner and you come to the left, as soon as you touch the lines, they get selected. You notice that as I move away from them, I have to complete, they don't have to be inside my box. As soon as I touch the lines, they get selected, right? So there is the difference between a crossing, which is the green box with a dotted line around it, and a window, which is the blue box with a continuous line around it. Let's erase a couple of things in different ways. If I say E for erase, I'm going to select the whole thing. Notice that I don't have that piece. If I click enter, I erase the whole thing, but not that line. I want to get back on the erase command, click the space bar, and there I am. Let's erase this part with a crossing. Let's see what happens. I don't want to erase the rectangle, I only want to erase this selection. Back of the erase command, I'm clicking on the right-hand side, I'm using a crossing, and I'm coming all the way to the other side, but notice that because I touched the circle, it has been selected. But I didn't want the circle. Well, make the click, there's your selection. After you have made your click of the selection, and before you have pressed enter, say R for remove. And remove that which you do not want to erase. And now click enter, right? Now I want to erase only that circle. Well, I have different options. If I click the space bar and back in erase, I can select it. I'm going to say U for undo. I'm going to put myself back on the erase command, and I'm going to select it with a crossing. See how I only have to touch it and I have selected it? I'm going to say undo again, U for undo, and this time I want to erase the circle with a window. Erase, and now I have the circle, but I have selected all the things that I did not want to erase. Select, have I? No, because they didn't go completely inside the window. Let me escape to get out of it so that I can show you. If I say erase and I put a window this way, now I have selected a couple of things. You notice those squares right here that I have selected that I did not intend to select. Before I press enter, I'm going to say R for remove, and I'm going to select the objects that I want to remove. Alrighty, let's wait for the next lesson where I can show you how to have fun with AutoCAD.